Right, we now get to the part of Lower Southey with the aeroplane in it. Well, that aeroplane crashed in August 1940. It was a Miles Master advanced trainer out of their factory at Woodley near Reading. The John Field, my cousin, and I were in the garden at the time when this plane came over, and the engine was popping like mad, not making a regular noise, and it was heading towards Southey. We could see that, but it almost hit an oak tree which is at the corner of Widbrook and Southey, Lower Southey, and we heard it crash. So the next thing, he and I both ran over there, and when we got to the field, we had to go around the field because it was a cornfield or a wheat field, which was almost ripe, believe it or not. And the pilot had got out of the plane, and he was sort of scratching his head. And now what do I do? And we two boys turned up and said to him, what are we going to do? He said, well, I have to tell somebody. And I said, John, who's 6 years older than me, I was 10, he was 16. He said, well, I can cycle up to the police station, but first of all, why don't you come back with us and have a cup of tea with my mother, and I'll go up to the police station. So that's what, and apparently he was out testing the aircraft. And the Miles Master, they didn't make very many of them, but the idea was that they were an advanced trainer for pilots who would be then flying Hawker Hurricanes or Spitfires. But anyway, whether the crash didn't make them worthwhile, I don't know. And the next thing we knew, before my cousin got back from the police station, there was an ambulance, an army ambulance came and picked up the pilot and took him off. And the next thing we knew, the troops from Battle Mead had moved in with a couple of tents which they put up in the woods, and they stood guard over it. Well, because it was a wheat field in the wartime, they didn't want to spoil the wheat. It was valuable food for the country, of course. So the army took camp there for about a week until the Astor farm manager got the binder, horse-drawn binder in those days, believe it or not, no combines, and they then removed all the sheaves of corn out of the way, and the people from Woodley came with a long loader and a crane. They took the wings off the plane and put the plane in the middle and the wings on the side and strapped it on. And the only way they could take it in and out was back through the farm, believe it or not, because it couldn't turn. It was a 60-foot trailer, and where it was near the road there, it was couldn't come out of the gate, so I had to go back through the farm. And that was the story of the and of course the army kept everybody away from the plane, so we were lucky to get close to it when the pilot was still there. So there's my story of the plane that crashed in around the middle of August 1940. Bye for now.